Hello, hello. This is Colleen Magness, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. I love to create, and I can pretty much promise you that today I'll teach you what to do. I may teach you what to do, not to do, but I promise to teach you something. So this is my Facebook Live. I come to you noon every Wednesday, hopefully catching you on your lunch break, to share a little bit of creativity with you. So I have to catch my breath, I have been creating all morning with some projects that were like from 15 years ago. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for, gosh, this October it will be 20 years, and I absolutely love it. And this past week, I was cleaning up my attic, and I'm not going to tell you what my attic looks like. Let's just say it's another craft store all in itself. So hello Lee, hello Gwen. I am going to share some projects today from the past that I absolutely loved, and they were projects that really helped me fall in love with Stampin' Up! So the products that I'm going to use, I'm not going to show you the project yet because I want that wow factor, but the products that I'm using is the Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper. So this is Celebration. I cannot believe we are through our first month of celebration. Only one more month to go. But you can earn this designer paper free with a qualifying $50 order. That's all you need to do, and this designer paper is yours. It's 48 sheets. It is gorgeous. It is called Oh So Ombre because of this ombre effect. So the colors are Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Rich Razzleberry, and Rococo Rose. So you have the ombre effect like that. Then you have, each one has its own design. Now I can't show you all of them because the Granny Apple Green with the little circles, I've already used all of that up. So I'm just waiting on my next pack to come, and I have to share with you. This has been the #1 seller, not seller, the #1 chosen free product during Celebration. All three of the designer papers that are featured in Celebration were the top 3 hot items, but this was the hottest. So today, I've got to share, I know everybody, today's world, everybody can relate to somebody who is under the weather. Unfortunately, a lot of people may be under the weather from COVID-19. We have some dear friends from church who are trying to get through it. One of my oldest and dearest friends from high school is struggling right now. My nephew was just tested, and praise God, he only had the flu. Can you imagine you're saying that? Oh, thank God it was only the flu. But even just a common cold. This set here is an adorable set, and this is what I'm using today. Now this is in the annual catalog, and it is called Back on Your Feet. And it can be for a number of reasons. But I love the little animals in here. I have been coloring all morning with the blends to show you 2 different projects. And again, this is in the annual catalog and could go towards a qualifying order to get the free ombre paper. So let me show you the tag first. This is a little tag, and this little guy here is just adorable. And I love Hope You're Back on Your Feet Soon. Do you ever feel like you're on your back, you're on that shell and you just can't get up? Well, I think that's how he feels. So anyways, you will just take a 2 inch by 4 inch piece of the ombre paper. This is a Bermuda Bay. And you're going to take the scallop topper punch. And I love this punch when it came out. We have a couple different punches with the designs, different designs on top. But it's a 2 inch tag, but you can make it as long as you want. So I'm just going to slide this in here with the lightest part at the top. Punch it. And voila, I have a tag. So then I'm going to take the Night of Navy and the Hope You're Back on Your Feet Soon. And, ooh, sorry guys, I'm going to pull that closer so I can get it straight. Because again, I want to use these tags. I'm going to bless some people this week. But Hope You're Back on Your Feet Soon. And then I have my Memento ink and my little turtle. Should have probably stamped him first, gave him just a second to dry, but I think he'll be fine. Let me see here. Okay. So again, we have so many different ways to color. You can take your watercolor pencils and your blender pens. You can take your markers, aqua painters, lots of different ways. Hey, Sally Wood. Oh, bless you, Sally. She just popped on our Facebook Live and she says, I am more fun than lunch. Well, you must be eating a boring lunch then, but thank you, thank you. We had tacos last night, so I'll probably be making a plate of nachos for lunch. That's always fun. So what I'm going to do to color him real quickly, I have the blends, and right here I have the dark mint macaron and the light. So when I do color, again, keep in mind with the blends, put something underneath because they will soak through. You're going to hear me say it over and over again. A light hand in stamping is always the best kind of hand to have. So I like coloring with the broad end of the markers. You have a broad end with the fat line, and then you have a skinny side for fine detail work for the light line. And the reason I do is because, again, I can cover a lot of ground with a very light hand and coloring in my little turtle. So that was the light mint macaron. And then here's the dark. So when I do the dark, I just kind of come in. Stampin' Up makes it easy. You've heard me say it before, but I'll say it again. Because you have these little shadow lines. So you know where you want to put your shadows at. And I'm also going to color his little pads, the darker. And then I can go back with the light, the fine tip, and just pull that dark into the light. And that will give me my shading. Hey, Tracy, you're dropping in for a few minutes between classes. Bless you. I hope your classes are going great. Well, this is a class. You're here for a stamp class, so tell your professor that you get credit for that. Okay, so this here is the light granny apple green, and I'm going to color his belly. I think I'm going to come in here and do a couple of these little lines. But see how quick you can color by using the broad end? And then I'm going to get the center squares. And I'll hold this up a little closer for y'all in a minute to see. And as you see, I don't stress my coloring. We have enough stresses in life. Oh, Tracy is the professor. Ah! Tracy, I didn't know you were the teacher. Good for you. Oh, that's funny. Good for you. Well, yeah, make your students wait. You have all the power then. You have the power. Tell them you were in a meeting. They'll never know unless they watch my lives too. So we have Cindy. Hey, Cindy, glad you could join. Just doing a little bit of quick coloring. But you could see, again, you just want a little bit of, let me go a little bit darker here. You really just want to get a little bit of the light and the darks in there. So, again, I do the both, and then I blend with a little bit of the light. So let me just hold this up. Again, the body was the light and dark mint macaron, light and dark granny apple green, and then I came through with the dark old olive on the shell, and then by the magic of television, ta-da! My little guy is cut and cute and ready to go on a tag. So I'm going to take him. I love the little mini dimensionals. And I'm just going to pop a couple on him. Let me see. Aw, thank you, Cindy. I love being your bright spot. You know, stamping is my happy place. Not more than my grandchildren, but stamping is my happy place. So I'm glad you're here today. Take off the stress for a while. So I'm going to put this little guy here. And again, he's absolutely adorable. I'm going to take a wink of Stella, because even though he's a turtle, he can still sparkle just a little. And this is subtle, but it does add a little bit of glimmer to him, especially on that shell. Now the best part's coming up, so I'm glad y'all are hanging with me. Tracy, you can't leave yet. Hey, Marilyn, glad you are here. So here's your little turtle. Now here's what we did 15 years ago. And I know why it's 15 years ago, because I checked the can. Again, I was cleaning my attic. I have containers of frames and, oh my goodness, little wooden boxes, cardboard boxes, tin boxes. And one of the things we used to do, of course, we lived at the dollar store, a good old Dollar Tree. My record in Dollar Tree, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but it's okay. $92. I spent $92 in Dollar Tree one time, because you have to, you know, you had to get 24 of everything because it had to be enough for a class. And sometimes you had the class and sometimes you didn't. So one of the things that we used to do, which was adorable, is you would take a regular can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and you have to take a can opener like this. This one is Pampered Chef, but there's probably other ones. But basically you put it on and it goes around. So instead of cutting into the top of the can, it cuts the side of the can. And you have to have the pull top. That's what makes it adorable, which most of your cans do have that. So basically what you're going to do for somebody who's under the weather, take your chicken noodle soup can, pop in a little thing of tissues, wet ones. We all have to wash our hands now. And then some cough drops. So you're going to put your little cough drops in there. This you're going to put either liquid Tombow glue. Back in the day we used Crystal Effects, but I also think the fine tip glue pen would work. But just do a liquid glue. You're going to put this on here, and then you're going to have your can. So when they have this can, and it's going to be sealed, when they open it, they're not going to have soup. They're going to have tissues and cough drops and little sanitizer wipes. So with this, pretend this is your can. I wanted to tie this little guy on there. Now I always keep white ribbon in the house. Okay, don't leave, you know, no place without white ribbon. And my two favorites are the metallic edge ribbon, because it comes in a silver and it comes in gold. So it's everything, absolutely everything. So then what you're going to do though is I wanted to color it. You know, this is Bermuda Bay. How cute to have Bermuda Bay ribbon. Well, this ribbon colors so easy. I have done it with a sponge and ink before, but let me tell you, I did the blends today. Oh my word. You'll have every color of ribbon to match every color of blend. So just take the broad end, just very lightly, go down your ribbon. And I'm telling you, it dries immediately. So now you are going to have a color of ribbon, again, to match every blend. So here is my new silver metallic edge Bermuda Bay ribbon. Now, one of the things I was thinking I should do is maybe put a glue dot in the middle. Just kind of would help it hold it in the back of the can. So let's do that. Let's hope that's the middle. Not close enough counts. So I'm going to take this. I will put it up towards the edge. And what I like to do when I tie a ribbon, see if I could do this in front of y'all, is I will pull this through like so. I don't know if I should put them on the side or not. Once I have my little knot, then that's when I put this piece through right there. Then I was always taught, in fact, I learned this at a breakfast buffet at Founder's Circle. Gal sat there and taught me how to tie a ribbon. So she said, you put the little bunny ear at the bottom, you wrap it around, and then just pull that one through. Let me see here. And she said, you'll get a perfect ribbon every time. So here, and I tell you what, she's pretty doggone close. Pulled that a little too far. So here I can trim that up, but I have my chicken noodle soup. I guess I should put that a little more on the side. Let me see. Well, I got a glue dot, I can't. But you can put it on the side so you have it. But here you have the tag that goes with all of the goodies inside of your cup, inside of your chicken noodle. So that was one of the projects that we loved to make back in the day. Yes, Sally, you had forgotten about that. But you've been around too, so I know you had seen that project. And yeah, so there's the first one. There's the first one, the blessing one. Now the second one I want to show you, again, using the same set, using that back on your feet. You are going to take a couple things you can do. I tried coloring actually on the ombre paper. And again, this is a Rococo Rose, and it really did work. So the only difference is, as I told you, sometimes when you color with blends, it bleeds through. So it really looks pretty cool on the backside too. It's not like it turned out ugly. It's just a muted giraffe. But if you don't want to see that, what you can do is this piece here was 2 by 4 1/4. When you punch the top of this, it takes maybe 1/8 off. So that's what you have there. And to hide that back, to get the same scallop top, of course, I can't make it wider than 2 inches because with the scallop tag topper punch, that is only 2 inches wide. So I'm kind of limited, not in length, just in width. So what I would do is make this was 2 by 4 1/2. This is 2 by 5. I will slide this in. Now what I wanted to do is space it down, but of course the holes are off. So that's not a problem. I'm just going to take this hole, cut it a little bit deeper on each side, just kind of square it out. So I have that. So now when I put this on here, I didn't think I needed my adhesive, but I do. Glad it was close. So now I can layer that down. Oops. Get it even. Okay. I have a nice little border at the top. I have a nice little edge at the bottom here. And you don't see the back of my giraffe. So that's what I would do for the tag. But again, let me show you how to make another cute tag because the giraffe is just as adorable as the little turtle. So 2 by 4 1/2, 2 by 4 1/2. Slide it in, punch, quickest tag you will ever make. So now I'm going to take the Night of Navy again. Stands out really nice. And this is not K-N-O-T good. If you don't believe me, just ask the giraffe. So when I have him here, I went ahead and colored him, and I'll let you see him here. Again, just the lights and the darks. Come in with your blends. Just color everything light. Highlight where the shadows are, or I should say, or low light, where the shadows are in the dark, and then just blend the two with the light again. But here I use the Daffodil Delight and the Pumpkin Pie, and then the soft suede dark for his little hoofs. So I'll just pull off my little, guess I could do it in front of you. Little pieces, just in case you need a little piece even smaller than the mini dimensionals. Just cut them in half. So I'll have here. So I've got my little giraffe. And again, I like how I have plenty of room by his neck. So now I have, this is not good. No, it's not. So, of course, what did I do with my ribbon? You all know you got that metallic edge. I took the gold metallic edge with the Rococo Rose light. And look, it matches beautifully. I don't want to put the other ribbons out of business, but I do recommend you have 2 or 3 of these spools at all times at your house. Now watch what I'm going to do with this one. Talk about a blast from the past. Well, first of all, let me say, when I did the Campbell's can, I had cleaned these, cut them back in the day when we first made them. Then I looked and I thought, oh my goodness, this one expired in 2007. So I'm just saying, that's how long I've had this. But that's why you never throw anything out. Because even if it's 13 years later, by golly, you're going to use it. And I didn't even have to eat a can of Campbell's soup to get it. I already had it ready to go. Sooner throw it out, you're going to need it. Well, back in the day, we had Dollar Tree, gotta have Dollar Tree, they had these really nice ladles, soup ladles, but any ladle would work. So what you want to do with this one is you want to take your ladle, you want to grab some raffia. Where's it at? In the attic, where everything else in my attic craft room. You're going to put some of this in here. Then, of course, you will grab your chicken noodle soup can, pop it in here with your little ladle. And once again, because I can, a little bit of clear cellophane, and here you have your chicken noodle soup to go with your Dollar Tree ladle. Very inexpensive, but just to let somebody know that you love them and that you're thinking of them and that you want them to get well soon. So I'll take this, slide under my new Rococo Rose gold edge trim. I will tie that, slide it through. Again, bottom bow, wrap around, and slide it through. It's hard to tie it when it's not in your lap. You do it in your lap, it turns out perfect. And then you can play with this a little bit, pull the tails down, like that. But here, I hope you can see it all, here you have another inexpensive gift. Again, just to bless someone. And I think they get a kick out of it. That no, this is not good. I hope you get well very soon. So let me show you some samples using this stamp set. Again, it was adorable in the annual catalog. But it's the back on your feet. And this was a card we had made in Stamp Club, I think when it first came out. So again, it's that side open card that opens to the right, opens to the left. So this is not good. Hope you're back on your feet soon. And you can see where the turtle's colored, just with a little bit different colors. I believe that would be Mossy Meadow, Soft Suede, and Old Olive. So there is one card. It also has that little sloth in there. Don't you hate it when you feel like this some days? You're just laying on the couch. And this just says, ouch. So again, that could be anything. Somebody could, God forbid, have broken their arm or, broken their wrist. Not that I would ever wish that on anybody. And this one here is the 3D leaf folder. So that's really cool because it gives you that impression that he's in a tree, but yet here he is, down and out. And don't forget, stamp your envelopes. Even if it's on the back, it doesn't have to be on the front, but on the back, just a big old sigh. Now, Stampin' Up! Does have another stamp set for those that you want to wish well, and it's called Healing Hugs. So it's a get well soon. If hugs and kisses could cure, you'd be immune to everything, feel better soon. Wishing you a quick and complete recovery. How many times do we wish that to somebody? And this is a gorgeous dimensional type rose that is in there, the flower. So Healing Hugs is another great set. And I quickly looked and I only had one, but this is in the Rich Razzleberry, so it's a beautiful monochromatic card. And it's sending you healing vibes with the flowers. You can see how pretty they stamp. You get all of that dimension and all that shading just from the stamp. Nothing was done to that except stamping it. And then you can open up and put your sentiment here. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. If you are blessed enough today, healthy enough to be watching this, then by golly, take the time, definitely take the time to bless someone else, because people are hurting out there, unfortunately. And this could be a really cute little pick-me-up to just wish them well. If you're too busy, you can just give them the Campbell's soup, a real can, if you like in here if you need to, or bake them a little bit of dinner, and they would love it. So if you want to order any of these supplies, keep in mind, don't forget that this is the last week that if you place a minimum $50 order, You will receive the desk calendar using the Sand and Sea bundle, all the sweet products in there. You must use this host code at the top here, DGJ34QPN. But if you use that and place a minimum $50 order, I will mail you this beautiful desk calendar to keep, of course, on your desk. It's the only way I can keep track sometimes. So I will be working on those this weekend, and for everybody who has already ordered, I will make sure you get yours in the mail. Again, minimum $50 order, but the great thing is you then get items from Celebration. So free items, free desk calendar. How can you lose? So you would just go to creatingwithcolleen.com. I appreciate all of you stopping in and having lunch with me today. Here in Virginia, they are calling for snow tomorrow. It's kind of embarrassing to even share that because I'm from Chicago. So what Virginia calls snow and what Chicago calls snow, yeah, like totally two different things. But I can always dream. And I promise you, if there's any accumulation, even the slightest amount, my oven will be going. I will be making homemade bread and beef stew because that's just like comfort food for a great day to stay home. We still have February, so if this week doesn't work out, hopefully we'll have snow again. But again, I appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much. If I can do anything for you to help you create or otherwise, please let me know. But God bless you all, and I will see you next Wednesday at noontime with some new projects. So God bless. Gwen, you asked if the cards, thank you, Gwen. You loved the cards too. Are the cards on your blog? Actually, Gwen, today I'm hoping to get into my routine again. So I will post this video to YouTube. I will send everything in a newsletter. So if you don't receive my newsletter yet, please go to creatingwithcolleen.com and request it because I try to make sure you've seen all this, and I will post the cards on my blog since you have asked. I certainly will. And the blog post usually gets done and the newsletter to go out on Monday. So if not before then, you will see it by Monday. So thank you all again. May God bless you. Stay safe. Do something creative. And I will look forward to seeing you next week. Happy stamping.